She left no note, no last goodbye, just silence hang in the sky. A trace of perfume in the air, a ghost of hands no longer there. The room still breathes the way she did, with all the tears I never hid. Each corner whispers memories, like wind caught in the autumn trees. And I still hear the echoes of her in every night that starts to blur. She's in the hush before the rain, in every song that speaks of pain. I reach for arms that won't return, still touching fire, still trying to learn. What's gone can burn without a flame, and echoes don't forget a name. The coffee cools untouched alone. I drink to feel she's not all gone. She carved her laugh in every wall. Now silence answers every call. The dreams we built, they fall like snow, soft and aching, cold and slow. A shadow dances through my mind of all the love she left behind. Still I hear the echoes of her in every breath, in every stir. She's in the light beneath the door, in every stay she spoke before. I hold the words she didn't say, like fading stars that lose their way. What lingers loud is never seen, a memory caught in what has been. I talk to her in sleepless hours, to midnight ghosts and wilted. You loved me like a quiet storm, then left me cold without your warmth. A borrowed light, a fleeting flame, and now I breathe, but not the same. We danced on hours we couldn't keep, stole moments meant for deeper sleep, but time was never truly ours, just borrowed heartbeats, counting hours. I lived in your borrowed heartbeats, where love was soft and incomplete. You gave just enough to make me stay, then pulled your soul in hands away. Now silence holds what used to burn, and I keep waiting for return to where I heard your heart in mine, for just a breath, for just a time. I traced you in the morning light, but you were gone by second night. Your promises, like whispered dust, left in the wind without a trust. You loved me in your quiet way, a half-said truth you couldn't say. I held the rhythm in your chest, but never felt it beat for us. I lived in your borrowed heartbeats, like rain that falls but never meets the ground where roots are meant to grow. I love the part you didn't show. Now echoes fill the space between what could have bloomed and might have been. Was I a pause inside your song, a place you knew you don't belong, or just a name you'll soon erase? Another ghost in empty space. I still hear your borrowed heartbeats in every dream that time repeats. You left me with a path not mine, a ticking clock, a crooked line. And though you're gone, I feel you near, in borrowed heartbeats, loud and clear. The clock still ticks, but not the same, since love withdrew and left no name. Your voice once lit the hollow space, now silence wears your ghosted face. You used to breathe beneath my skin, a world that trembled deep within. But now the wind just passes through, like every word I saved for you. It's gone too quiet since you left, a quiet carved from something deaf. No last goodbye, no shattered sound, just aching stillness all around. I reach for noise but find the night too loud to hold, too soft to fight. The photos speak, but not out loud, just stare at me behind the cloud. Your sweater hangs untouched, unseen, like echoes lost in what has been. You promised storms, you gave me skies, but left with truth beneath disguise. And now I'm stuck in songs we played, where every chorus slowly fades. It's gone too quiet in my chest, where once your rhythm gave me rest. Now every beat feels out of place, since love grew cold behind your face. I call your name, but hear no sound, just all the noise. You're not around. The loudest heartbreak doesn't scream, it lingers soft in every dream. In empty rooms and half-said prayers, in silent looks, in vacant stares. You broke me not with rage or cries, but with a hush that never dies. It's gone too quiet, far too deep, where once your promises would sleep. And though the world keeps spinning by, I'm stuck beneath neon. You slipped away like morning rain, no warning sign, no parting pain, just vanished in the fading light, and left my world without its right. No final glance, no heavy door, just quiet footsteps on the floor. And in your place, a hollow cry. You left me here without that goodbye. We built our love on borrowed days, with whispered truths and shadowed praise. But I believed in every line, not knowing yours would end, not mine. The echoes still are sharp and deep, they haunt the corners where I sleep. And every silence asks me why you chose to go without that goodbye. Without that goodbye, I'm left to guess what we were worth, what you confessed. The ending came with no reply, just broken hours and tearless sky. You left a hole no words could fill, a wound that lingers, aching still. And I'm still waiting, asking why you walked away without that goodbye. Ghost in morning trains, in coffee cups and window panes. Your laugh still rings in empty halls, like fading light on crumbling walls. I speak your name, then let it fall, as if you'd answer through it all. But silence is the only time between your past and my goodbye. I would have held the door, the pain, I'd stand beneath your parting rain. slipped away like morning rain. No warning sign, no parting pain, just vanished in the fading light and left my world without its right. No final glance, no heavy door, just quiet footsteps on the floor. And in your place a hollow cry. You left me here without that goodbye. We built our love on borrowed days, with whispered truths and shadowed praise. But I believed in every line, not knowing yours would end, not mine. The echoes still are sharp and deep. They haunt the corners where I sleep. And every silence asks me why you chose to go without that goodbye. Without that goodbye, I'm left to guess what we were worth, what you confessed. The ending came with no reply, just broken hours until the sky. You left a hole no words could fill, a wound that lingers aching still. And I'm still waiting, asking why you walked away without that goodbye. I see your ghost in morning trains, in coffee cups and window panes. Your laugh still rings in empty halls, like fading light on crumbling walls. I speak your name, then let it fall, as if you'd answer through it all. But silence is the only tie between your past and my goodbye. I would have held the door, the pain. I'd stand beneath your parting rain. But you were gone before the end. No lover's break, no fading friend. Without that goodbye. We held on tight through fragile years, shared midnight laughs and morning tears. You were the calm in every storm, the reckless fire that kept me warm. But somewhere love began to strain, a thread pulled taut with quiet pain. We said forever, like a vow. It meant so much until it now. I watched you drift, but said no word, afraid the truth would sound absurd. We smiled through things we couldn't say, and let the silence slip each day. Our moments cracked beneath the weight of things we never did state. And though we danced, we barely spoke. We held it close until it broke. We loved it all until it shattered, pretending none of it had mattered. We painted gold on fading smoke, held every dream until it broke. Now I'm alone with all we planned, still holding ghosts with empty hands. What once was strong, now just a joke. We kept it whole until it broke. The photos still hang on the wall, but now they barely speak at all. You're just a name my heart still keeps, a fire that burns in shallow sleep. The days go on, but not the same. Each breath still trembles at your name. We built a house without a door, and never asked what love was for. I wonder if you feel it too, the weight of us now split in two. We broke in ways no sound could show, a quiet end too slow to know. We loved in ways the world could see, but not in. You spoke of love and whispered light, then turned your back and left the night. No warning sign, no last embrace, just empty air in your old place. I searched for you in every song, in skies that knew we don't belong. Now every smile feels like disguise, and all I see is rain in eyes. We built a world on fragile threads, with promises our silence fed. I gave you all, you gave me dreams. Now nothing's ever what it seems. Your voice still haunts the hallway air, like something lost that once was there. The tears fall soft but never wise, they blur the stars with rain in eyes. There's rain in eyes where sunlight died, a storm that never said goodbye. You held my heart, then walked away, and left me drowning in the gray. I called your name, but winds replied with all the things you left denied. Now love is just a thin disguise for all this quiet rain in eyes. The nights grow long, the beds stay cold. Your warmth was borrowed, never bold. Asleep beside a memory's flame, still reaching out to speak your name. You never fought, you never stayed. Just let the colors softly fade. And now the past is where it lies, a weeping sky with rain eyes. You didn't leave in screams or fights, just faded into softer nights. And that's the kind of hurt that stays, the kind that hides in normal days. There's rain in eyes, and it won't clear. It falls like all you wouldn't hear. I loved you more than you could see, but that was never enough for me. So let the thunder I found your words in drawers of dust, still inked with dreams, still lined with trust. You wrote me skies, you wrote me spring, but time erased each tender thing. The paper's torn, the edges frayed, just like the love you gave away. Your promises, once soft and sweet, now crumble underneath my feet. Fading love letters, lost in the light. Words once so golden, now barely right. I read them slow with aching eyes, each line a truth that turned to lies. The heart you signed has come undone, and I still read what you've outrun. Your voice still haunts these fragile fetters in fading love letters. You wrote of always, wrote of grace, but time has blurred your careful trace. The ink now bleeds like silent cries across the page where memory lies. You never said that you would go, but somehow every line says so. And every forever that you drew now reads like something never true. Fading love letters, soft as regret, I keep them close, I can't forget. They hold a past I can't outgrow. A burning snow, a quiet woe. I touch your name, now thin and bare, still hoping something's written there. But all that's left are printed letters, your fading love letters. Maybe you loved me once for real, but love like ink begins to peel. And now I'm tracing ghosted lines that once were yours and once were mine. Fading love letters left in the rain. Oh. I'm running through the echoes now of promises we once allowed. Your name still lingers in my chest, a ghost that never learned to rest. You left, but still I feel your trace in empty rooms and silent space. I chase the steps you left behind, like hope and love can turn back time. I'm chasing what ended, hearts we pretended would never break, but slipped away. Your voice is a shadow that falls where I can't go, a fading light at end of day. You said goodbye, but still I stay, chasing what ended anyway. I talk to you in midnight thoughts, in all the fights we never fought. You held me close but not too near, just far enough to feed the fear. We built a dream we couldn't hold, a love that sparkled then grew cold. Now every dawn feels secondhand, still reaching for a vanished hand. I'm chasing what ended, where we once blended. Now I'm alone in what we made. The touch that once healed me now only conceals me in memories that will not fade. You walked away, but here I stray, chasing what ended day by day. Some loves don't break with sudden sound, they slowly rot from underground. And I was blind to every crack. danced beneath a borrowed moon to songs that vanished far too soon. You smiled like stars that never stay, then faded slow and slipped away. We kissed in spaces built on doubt, in whispered dreams we lived without. I held your hand, but not your scars. A love we knew wasn't ever ours. You said the right words, soft and sweet, but left too soon on fleeting feet. We loved like fire wrapped in snow, too bright to last, too cold to grow. You gave me nights and took the dawn, and left before the light was gone. Now all I keep are phantom hours of something real that wasn't ever ours. We tried to build on shifting ground, hearts speaking loud, but truth unbound. You looked like home, but felt like far, a silent wish on a falling star. We held a dream behind glass bars, and deep inside, it wasn't ever ours. I searched the streets where we once walked, where shadows of your silence talked. I tell myself it had its time, but lies still rhyme when wounds still climb. You were a song I couldn't keep, a lullaby that sang me deep. And though I tried to count the stars, you were a sky that wasn't ever ours. Love doesn't break with thunder sound, it slips away without the ground. And all we thought we held so tight was never real, just made of night. We named it love, we called it fate, but hearts can lie before too late. You left no keys. If you had stayed, the walls might breathe, the air might lose its ache to grieve. The clock might sing a softer tune, and I'd still chase the silver moon. The quiet wouldn't weigh so loud, the night not wear this morning shroud. My heart once held, now left betrayed, still dreams of all. If you had stayed, if you had stayed, the bed would warm and more. outshine the storm. Your laughter would still haunt these halls, but not as echoes off the walls. The tears would dry in softer light, the stars not feel so out of sight. But now I drift where hope has strayed, and live beneath what you betrayed. If you stay, would love have grown? Would silence bloom where pain has sown? Would we have learned to heal, to bend? Or was the fall our only end? I play the lines we never said, the words that stayed inside instead. 1,000 nights I still replay. If you had stayed, if you had stayed, my hands would know the way your heart began to go. We might have fought, we might have cried, but still been standing side by side. Instead you chose the quiet door. No shattered glass, no final war, just empty space and love decay. A fading flame of if you stayed. I wonder now in could have beens, in whispered starts, in softer ends. What life we lost, what truth we missed, what never bloomed, what lips won't kiss. If you stay, would I be whole? We sit like strangers side by side, with all our tender truths denied. The room is full, yet feels so bare. Your eyes look on, but you're not there. We speak in sighs and half-closed doors, in echoes strewn across the floors. 1,000 words we never said, still hanging on, though love feels dead. There's silence growing deep and wide between the tears we try to hide. It used to feel like love, like trust, but now there's only silence between us. We used to burn, now barely glow. Too much to leave, too hurt to show. We're fading slow like paper dust, and all this silence between us. I touch your hand, but not your soul. I miss the warmth you used to hold. You smile like someone just passing through, like love was lost, and so were you. The laughter laughter died in quiet ways, in days that blurred into more days, and every heartbeat sounds like doubt of something we can't talk about. There's silence filling every space, like shadows we forgot to face. We used to dance, now barely trust, just echoes in the silence between us. We're not at war, we're not at peace. We're holding on to broken leaves. The words are gone, the touch feels forced. The love remains, but off its course. Maybe we lost the words to mend, or feared the truth would spell the end. But silence too can pull apart the quiet corners of a heart. So here we sit, not wrong, not right, just shadows passing through the night. The things we were, the things we must, are buried. Used to dance beneath the stars, with whispered dreams and tangled hearts. Your touch was fire, your gaze was gold, but time moved in and love grew cold. You spoke in songs I used to know, now silence sings where warmth would grow. I reach for hands that don't reach back, just phantom trails on faded tracks. Kisses turn cold, like rain in December. You left a chill, I'll always remember. What once was sweet has turned to stone. I sleep beside you, but feel alone. Kisses turn cold, the spark has died, a frozen love we used to hide. Your laughter used to light my sky, now every smile feels like a lie. We share a bed, but not our soul, broken halves that lost their home. Kisses turn cold, like wind on a flame. You call my name, but it's not the same. The fire's out, the night's grown bold. I'm chasing ghosts that won't be told. I beg the moon to turn things right, but even stars gave up the fight. Love slipped through like grains of sand, unheld, unheard, no final stand. Kisses turn cold, I see it now. We wrote our vows, but broke the vow. Your lips once warm, now numb and dry, like autumn leaves that say goodbye. So here I stand where love love grew old, with nothing left. But kisses cold. You held my heart like morning dew, so gentle, pure, and shining through. But whispers fade, and so did we. A ghost of love, too blind to see. I gave you poems made of stars, but now they drown in empty jars. Your silence rings like broken chimes, a love lost deep in borrowed times. Forgotten I love like words unsaid, like roses wilted, petals bled. You never looked behind, just walked while I remained where shadows talked. Forgotten I love, though I still do. In every tear I'm loving you. You were the song I used to sing. Now echoes ache where dry wood cling. You smiled but never truly knew how much of me belonged to you. Forgotten I love, a name erased, a touch once warm, now coldly placed. I wrote your name in breath and flame, but time blew out what couldn't stay. How cruel the way the heart can bend to hold a start without an end. And though you've long outgrown our days, I'm lost in all the love I gave. Forgotten I love, though I remain a silent vow in quiet pain. You may not feel the way I do, but every beat still speaks of you. I held your name like morning light, soft and warm, but gone by night. Your touch, a ghost upon my skin, a love that whispered, don't begin. You came like storms in quiet June, then vanished with the setting moon. I counted stars to pass the ache, each one a lie I couldn't shake. We danced beneath uncertain skies, with borrowed truth and quiet lies. Your smile was carved from fleeting dreams, a fading echo in moonbeams. The silence grew where laughter died. You turned away but never cried, and every maybe that you said still circles loud inside my head. It almost felt real the way you stayed, like all my scars could just fade away. But you were missed, I couldn't hold, a fire that left my fingers cold. Almost a promise, almost a flame, almost in love, but not the same. I traced your words in shattered glass, each syllable too sharp to pass. You kissed me like the world stood still, but left me spinning down the hill. Your hands would tremble when they knew you never meant to see us through. I watched the colors slowly bleed from every hope and silent need. Was I the pause between your fears, a song that only you could hear, or just a shadow you outgrew, while I still painted skies with you? The dreams I built now turning dust still hold your name, but not your trust. You slipped away on borrowed time and left me holding every rhyme. It almost felt real the way you stayed, like time could turn and hurt would fade. But truth was something you concealed, and I was just a heart you healed. Almost believed, almost ideal, but nothing breaks like what's almost real. So I'll keep walking through the rain, still loving you without a name. For what we were and couldn't be was almost real, but not for me.